All right, Kylie, thank you.
Preparing for a mixed bag of winter weather can be difficult for public works departments as well as MnDOT.
Luckily for them, today is not your average Monday. Here's Jeff Wagner.
A sun-soaked Sunday capped a stretch of snow mound melting warmth across the metro. But when those puddles turn to ice overnight, they could be joined by fresh falling snow and freezing rain.
We're pretty much ready to react to whatever the situation is.
MnDOT Communications Director Kevin Gutnick says plow trucks are already hard at work in northern Minnesota, but the wintry mix expected Monday could throw their Twin Cities attack plan for a loop.
If we need to get out and pre-treat, we will. If rain begins to fall, starts to freeze, we'll be putting salt down.
He's at least thankful Monday is President's Day, meaning traffic should be lighter than the typical start to the work week.
That's helpful to us because the less traffic there is, the less likely that snow will compact on the road, and there are fewer cars for the plow operators to work with.
The weather event is a far cry from what Minnesotans enjoyed a year ago, when winter briefly turned to spring with temperatures so high, people played rounds of golf or had dinner on a patio. Those activities might be weeks away, but if you've got the holiday off and feel like driving somewhere to enjoy it, Gutnick has a safer suggestion.
Good day to do internet shopping.
Jeff Wagner, WCCO 4 News.
Yes, it is. MnDOT says it might not be able to pre-treat all the roads since rain would just end up washing all that stuff away. But if the temperature stays above 15 degrees, they say their salt will do a better job of melting the ice.
As funeral services started for victims of last week's shooting at a Florida high school, many of the teen survivors are trying to take the fight for gun control into their own hands.
I've cried a lot, and it's turned into anger as in motivation to actually do something.
2 nationwide protests are planned. The first by the Women's March is helping organize a national school walkout on March 14th. It's a 17-minute event, 1 minute for each person killed in the attack. And the second is planned by the students from Parkland. They're pushing for a day of protest on March 24th called the March of Our Lives. And this week, many will travel to the state capitol to deliver petitions calling for a Florida ban on assault weapons. The 19-year-old arrested after the shooting faces 17 counts of murder. School records reveal he had problems since middle school.
President Donald Trump unleashed a barrage of tweets over the weekend, many in response to Friday's indictment of more than a dozen Russian nationals accused of trying to undermine confidence in U.S. democracy. The tweets attacked the FBI, lawmakers, former President Barack Obama. None, however, were critical of Russia. Then late last night, another tweet directed at Oprah Winfrey following her 60 Minutes report. Oprah's report followed up with 14 Michigan voters, 7 of whom voted for Donald Trump. About 5 months later, those political opponents are now friends and shared their thoughts on the current political divide. In his tweet, the president called Oprah insecure, said, quote, "The questions were biased and slanted, the facts incorrect." He said he hopes Oprah runs for president so she can be exposed and defeated just like all of the others. Oprah has not responded.
Minnesota lawmakers head back to the state capitol tomorrow for the start of the 2018 session. One of the first items on the agenda may be looking at Minnesota's tax code and how it's impacted by recently passed federal tax cuts. Also on the agenda, tackling opioid abuse, funding millions of dollars in public construction, and fixing the state's troubled new computer system for driver's licenses. There's also the issue of senior care oversight after serious reports of abuse, a review of sexual harassment laws, and 2 prominent legislators resigned from allegations. Now, early childhood education is also on the agenda, and water quality standards. Lawmakers promise cooperation despite election year politics, coupled with ongoing disputes from last year. There was the court battle over the budget after Governor Mark Dayton vetoed the legislature's operating funds. The state Supreme Court ruled in the governor's favor in that case, saying the House and Senate had enough money to operate until they reconvened. Another lawsuit was over Republican Senator Michelle Fischbach's dual role as lieutenant governor. A Ramsey County judge dismissed one lawsuit last week, but Republican leaders expect another challenge. Lawmakers may have until mid-May to wrap up their work. We are going to continue to cover all of it, of course, starting tomorrow. Black Panther blew away the competition at the box offices.
Opened with $192 million in ticket sales over the weekend. That makes Black Panther the 5th biggest opening weekend ever. Not accounting for inflation, of course, just looking at raw dollars. It's also the highest grossing February opening of all time, topped the $132 million by Deadpool in 2016. Black Panther cost about $200 million to make. Beyond the cultural aspect with a black superhero, largely black ensemble, the movie also has had incredibly positive reviews. Peter Rabbit finished second, about $17 million. 50 Shades Freed was third, then Jumanji and the 1517 to Paris rounded out the top 5.